but you can't feed yourself love. You fucking asshole. Yeah, I hate shit like that. How the fuck do you feed yourself love? How the fuck do you do that? You just smile, look at yourself in the mirror,
Yeah.
say a hopeful speech.
Yeah, then you make munching noises. Mm.
You're listening to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers with your hosts Greg Behrendt and Kane Holloway.
Hello and welcome to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers. I'm Kane Holloway.
I'm Greg Behrendt.
That's right. He's Greg Behrendt. Do you guys know him? You should know him more than you should know me. In fact, I don't even need to do this episode. Greg, take it away.
Hello?
We're back on StreamYard, and we have Greg's going on a cruise again.
Yeah, going on a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
When this is out, I'll be on a boat.
Yeah. But then we'll be back in studio. We got some good. I'll have to tell you this afterwards. Well,
okay, perfect for the show. This is a great opening. First off, here's what Greg's going to be doing.
Yes.
And then you got something to tell me after the show. That'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we just don't have much for today. So thanks for listening.
My Going Dutch show is coming up. It's actually tonight as we're recording this. So it already happened, but we got some, there'll be new shows available for you guys to check out, get tickets for the new one. And that's coming in April. But we did have some questions submitted by some audience members. And I got 4 here that I thought maybe I would spit out at us. This one says, what advice would you give to someone who is ready to give up on dating for good? Can you offer any words of hope?
Any word? Somebody who's going to give it up for good?
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a hopeless proposition.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it really is just not pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's really hard. I mean, I feel bad for someone who's gotten to the point where they want to quit.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm a hopeful person, so I'm sure if I hadn't met Amira, I would have stuck at it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about quitting right before I met Amira. You know, I thought about like, oh, maybe I just don't maybe I'm not the guy that gets married. Maybe there's not going to be a future for me, you know, just because I had I dated a lot of people, but I just didn't click.
Really?
Yeah. And I think that's just because there really aren't that many matches out there for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's so many people that you just won't vibe with at all.
Yeah.
There's just so many people that aren't your people. You're going to meet that's the dreadful part of it, is you're going to meet so many people and you're like, nope, I wouldn't be friends with them.
Yeah. Or you just want to have sex with them, or you just like talking to them, you know, but you have all of the requisite things, you know, all the, you know, it doesn't click all the boxes, as they love to say constantly on The Bachelor. Ticks a lot of boxes. Go fuck yourself, really. But
yeah, they're always trying to find your perfect match, as they say, but yeah, that's just not. There's no perfect person, so there's no. And plus, what do you do? Does anybody really know what their type is? I mean, do you like really know? A lot of times, someone has to point out your type for you.
I just think your type can change, and you know, you have tastes. Everybody has proclivities and fetishes, and things that they, sort of like, oh, I think I would like this.
Yeah.
But then you meet somebody who isn't any of those things, and for some reason they still spark for you. So I just wouldn't quit.
Yeah.
I don't like quitters, not on this show.
No, we're not. If Survivor has taught me anything, Jeff Probst does not like quitters.
Yeah.
He not like quitters.
And I'd like to see Probst. I would like to see Probst run one of those courses once. He does a lot of yelling about what people are doing without having to really. He's never had to climb under the mud, under the netting in the mud.
No, he hasn't.
Or the guy this year that went and dove under the thing and slammed his forehead straight into the fucking post.
Yeah,
show.
He fucking
it open and then passed out.
Yeah, yeah, and they had to helicopter him out of there or whatever. Yeah. And Probst is like, I like early show Probst because Probst he's like a coach. He's like, you need to dig, Omatempe. You need to dig. You're not done. And he screams at everybody. And if you suck, then he lets you know that you suck. You're falling way behind. It would be nice to have Jeff Probst as a dating coach at the table. You need to ask better questions, David.
You're falling way behind. You are not listening. Have you heard a word she said?
She was turned on, but now she's way turned off. Look how she can't make eye contact. David, give your flint back. You will not be having sex tonight. Pack up your stuff, get back to camp. I got nothing for you. Yeah, don't give up if you want to meet somebody. If dating is an option, it's not a requirement. So just if you want to have a partner in your life, and the apps or whatever your only option, just keep at it. And at the same time, take a break and see what happens. Anytime I was on the dating app, I never met anybody that I really liked. I never met anybody that I was like, oh, I want to see what happens with this person. And then when I just decided I wasn't going to do the dating apps, then I would run into people. I'd moved to San Diego and I just was I'd go to restaurants. I met with a group of friends. And then in that group of friends, I ended up meeting somebody. But I had no intention of date. I even people were asking are you going to date? And I was like, no, I have no interest in dating. And then I started dating after that. So, looking for it sometimes, the desperation will then permeate the, sort of listlessness that you have. You'll just be like, ugh, I got nothing. This is boring. I hate this guy. If I could, I'd jab him in the eye with my steak knife, and then you pay and leave and whatever. So yeah, try not to get too down on yourself. This next question: when meeting someone on an app, is wanting to do a video chat before a real date reasonable, or is it an issue?
I wouldn't know.
I think it's reasonable. I did that, but I also did it during COVID. I had a couple video chats before the girl I was supposed to go on the date with was like, yo, are we ever going to meet? And I was like, I'm waiting for a COVID test. Remember when COVID tests took 2 weeks to get back to you?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what was taking so long. I'm like, I'm just waiting for my COVID test to get back. I don't want to, and she was like, okay. And I'm like, what's wrong with watching movies together over Zoom? I'd say maybe one or two. Anything after that, it's if you're not going to meet in person, you probably don't want to be with this person.
Yeah, I think it seems like a good idea.
Yeah. I would rather just meet in person. Right that day, we match or whatever. And I'd be like, let's go hang out. Let's go get coffee. Let's go on a walk, whatever.
I do all my coaching over Zoom now.
Yeah.
I used to do phone calls. But it's much more effective and much better when you're in person with another human being and you can see them and understand them and feel them, and look at their apartment, tell them they're failing.
Signs it's time to break up. It's just so many. There's so many signs.
Yeah. That's kind of a, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to like hear your. See if this was, and this, if we were on the show right now, I would just go, who wrote it? Who wrote this one? Tell me why you should break up. Actually, one girl, I was passing out notes. So I bring note cards to the show and I put them all on the tables with pens. So then when people sit down, I go around and I go, hi, I'm the host of the show. I created this. You're going to be seeing me tonight. These are date advice questions, yada, yada. And so I go through the whole spiel. And then this girl was like, yeah, this guy I've been seeing for the next 2 months, he's coming to the show. And I was like, oh, really? And she had the card in her hand. She was like, I don't know if I should give you this or not. And I was like, why? What's the problem? And she goes, this one is, how do I break up with a guy that I've been dating for a few months? And then I couldn't help myself. I brought it up during the show. I was like, I don't know. I can't remember at what point during the show, but I was like, you know, what's so funny? There's a couple here that's on the verge of breaking up. She told me before the show started.
Kane, that is cruel.
That's like,
that's so cruel.
I couldn't help myself. It was just, something hit me in the moment that I was like, this would be funny if I said it right now. And it was funny. But like that girl, like I could see her body, because I was up and down all show because I host. So her body language the whole show was like, that guy eventually like just moved to the other side of the table. So it's like they were breaking up right now. They were breaking up right now. So it was pretty funny to watch. She just like had it for whatever happened, that guy. And then she like her and her friend group came up afterwards to get some merch and say hi. And she was like, oh my God, the moment you said that, he was like, I'm done. And moved over.
Brutal.
I know. It was a very funny moment. All right, how about this one? How to properly friend zone someone you have gone on a couple dates with.
You don't owe anyone really an explanation that you've gone on a couple of dates with, you know? But if you're super conscientious, you can say, look, I really enjoy you. I'm not feeling the spark. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with you. There's a lot right about you, but I don't have that. I'm not getting that buzz, that thing that you get when you're with somebody.
Yeah.
Despite how attractive you are. So, you know, just let them off easy. Compliment them. And just tell them you don't have the thing. That's all. You don't have to hurt. It's still going to hurt them, but not nearly as much as if you ghost them.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you do actually want to friend zone them, like actually be friends with them, then don't ghost them. But if you're trying to friend zone them and get out of there, yeah, because that implies that you want to be friends. So yeah, if you want to be friends, then you have to take the romantic thing out of it for sure. And yeah, that's not always easy. I had to do that. It always felt like I was having a breakup conversation. Like when I started dating, and I didn't know how to like break things off. So I would just be like, this isn't really working for me, you know, and I didn't know what to do. And then almost every girl was like, we're not together. I'm like, I know, I just don't know what to say. They're like, you just don't, I get it. You don't want to keep dating. Cool. Is that all? And I was just like, yeah, all right, I'll see you later. And like they had it more on lock than I did. I thought like I owed them this whole big explanation, but they were like, okay, you're not into me. That's fine. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. And that's it. That's all the questions I have for my last Going Dutch show.
Well, I think it's good. If you've got a question, write the show. What are you doing?
What are you doing? dtbffpodcast@gmail.com or dtbffpodcast on Instagram.
Ask us anything.
Ask us anything.
But do it.
Yeah.
Pause the show right now. Send us an email.
Right now.
If you've forgotten it, all the links are in the bio.
Yeah.
All that information's there. Pat takes time and puts a good description in.
Mm-hmm.
Get all the links.
Mm-hmm.
So you have no excuse not to write the show. And fucking get involved.
Get involved.
Yeah.
Proud of it.
And write us a review.
Mm-hmm.
Write us a review, a 5-star review.
Yes.
And a 5-star review, we'll read it.
We will read it.
If it's a 4-star review,
we won't read it.
What was your problem? Why couldn't you just give us the extra star? What the fuck? What is a 4-star? 4? Like we're almost there?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, come on. It's a fucking podcast. How great can it be?
It's for free. For Christ's sake. Give us 5. You give us 3, then you're really trying to hurt our feelings.
You know, it's funny. I meditate every morning on I use 2 different apps, but on one of the apps, it has a lot of different teachers, and you just scroll, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to do an abundance meditation or whatever. But then afterwards, it asks you to rate the meditation, and I always give 4 stars.
So you really withhold the abundance.
When you give 5 stars, it asks if you want to give them some money as well. Like a tip.
Maybe that's why people give us 4 stars. They think we're going to ask them for money. I mean, we do. You should be paying us. But, I mean, you should still give us 5 stars.
Yeah.
Give us 1 star. We'll still ask for $1. We're not above that.
Yeah.
This is Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers, all right? We're not your mom's house, all right? We need it.
We'll be right back.
This mean song, the theme song for What Does This Mean song. We'll read a self-help quote, and they're definitely not memes. Memes are something completely different than quotes. Quotes are supposed to help you through all the bullshit in your life, and memes are like that poster of that cat hanging from a tree, and it says, hang in there, baby, or Mondays, am I right? Mondays, am I right? So if you can think of a different title, then we'll probably change it.
What does this mean? The inspirational quote segment from this show that you've been listening to. What a great start.
That was awesome. This show it's like we've never done it before, and we have nothing to say. So it's really rolling along just great.
Yeah, just great.
I hope this is the one my kids choose to listen to. Not one that's super dirty that would embarrass me. Not one that's super stupid that would embarrass me. Just one that's shitty.
We're not always going to be perfect, Greg. We're not always going to be perfect.
That is clear.
That is very clear right now. We have one from Denonymous that says, when you look at someone through rose-colored glasses, all the red flags just look like flags.
I mean, logically, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's clever.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it takes the old rose-colored glasses thing, mixes it with the red flags, puts them together.
Yeah.
And then you're just glossing over people's faults.
Yeah.
That's good. All
We
right,
were
then.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
back at it. We're back.
That's all right.
Mm-hmm. What do you have, Greg?
You're gonna love this one. Both of you are. It is the nature of the wise to resist pleasure, but the foolish to be a slave to them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's the nature of the wise to resist pleasures, which I'm constantly doing.
Yeah, you're always doing.
I resist pleasures.
Yeah, you hate pleasure.
I hate pleasure.
You
I
love
don't eat candy. I don't watch television.
You're a slave to pain,
I
really.
don't hang out with my family.
You hate your family.
I don't do anything that I enjoy.
Yeah, anything that you would enjoy, you do the
Why? Because it would be foolish to be a slave to them.
You're not a slave to your pleasures.
No.
If anything, you're a slave to your pain and your misery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it.
I just ride the stationary bike. That's all I do.
That's it. Stationary bike, and then you eat a kale salad, and then you sit in a dark room by yourself.
Yeah. I hate this kind of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
This sort of like pleasures are a weakness. I hate people that are obsessed with weakness.
Yeah.
And think that people are weak. Like I hate like I love athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Like I watched that Gonzaga UCLA basketball game last night. It was unfucking real.
Mm-hmm.
Down to the last fucking shot. A guy shot a 3-pointer from half court. It was unfucking real.
Mm.
I love the beauty of sports, but I hate jock ethic. And I hate that kind of like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
That's what I love about baseball. You could be, well, I mean, when they first made the game, you could just be out of shape. If you could swing a bat at a ball at the right time and kind of meander your way around the bases, you were a king of the sport.
Yeah.
Didn't matter how thin you were, didn't matter how fat you were, you could drink, you could eat fucking a whole goat just during the game. You were fine. It was great. And baseball now, like there's more like you have to still be at the top of your game. But if the top of your game still is you're like 240 pounds and you're a pitcher and you can just still throw smoke, that's all, like literally all you need to do. Pitchers wear full jewelry, like just big old gaudy necklaces, and like they have to always put them back into their jerseys so they can fucking and then they have to get their chain back. And if they're a big fat, I just love fat pitchers.
Yeah.
I love them because they pitch, and then even if the ball's coming at them, they just kind of lift their leg and they like let everyone else do it. That's why baseball's the best. Baseball's the best. You know?
I'm gonna disagree that baseball's the best, but I understand what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Well, if within this context, there still is like you want to win it type of mentality, and like I played almost all the sports. I was a wrestler, football, tennis. I never played golf, but every documentary you ever see about anybody who's ever been good or great at the game, even the Tiger Woods one, which I loved how they covered like most of it, like almost you forgot that it was about to turn into a sex scandal documentary, because the start of it was, let's groom this kid to be the best there ever was at the sport. And then like an hour and a half into the thing, it's like, watch him bang all these waitresses. But that's the other part of that thing, is that even a man at the top of his game, doing everything he can to crush it, he still cheated on his wife like he was supposed to do it. It was crazy. Michael Jordan with his gambling. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest to ever play the game, had such a bad gambling problem. The rumors are he got his dad killed. So,
yeah.
you know, like everybody has weaknesses. Even the greatest people, even the people you throw up on a pedestal, when you find out that they're garbage, it's because at some point they were a slave to their weaknesses.
Except Lewis Hamilton.
Well, obviously Lewis Hamilton is not a slave to anything.
He's perfect.
He's perfect. He's godlike, you know?
He's godlike.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love
I
him.
get it. Listen,
He's
man.
not having a good year, but I love him.
Yeah. Pat, what do you have?
I've got one here from Poets Cafe, and I tend not to like ones from this particular account. Your mind will always believe everything you tell it. Feed it with hope. Feed it with truth. Feed it with love.
Oh, fuck me.
I hate it. Feed it. Feed it.
The thing about that is, like, you can't actually do what they're asking you.
Mm-mm.
You can't your mind is not something that you can just fucking control, really.
Mm.
It goes where it needs to go at any given moment. And you can be aware of thought processes you're having. And you can try and say, hey, this is a dumb thought. I need to stop thinking about that, or I need to move on, or whatever.
Yeah.
But you can't feed yourself love. You fucking asshole. Yeah, I hate shit like that. How the fuck do you feed yourself love? How the fuck do you do that? You just smile, look at yourself in the mirror,
Yeah.
say a hopeful speech.
Yeah. Then you make munching noises. Mm. Mm. Yeah, man.
I've got another one here. This one's from today's journal. Let's turn those nightmares into dreams and dreams into reality.
Yeah, of course. Let's do that. Hey, let's do that. Go ahead. Go do that. My nightmares into dreams, and then my dreams into reality. I get what you're saying. But you'd have to then do the interpretation thing. Okay, what are my biggest fears? Okay, well, let me try them. Oh my God, I think I like that. Let me turn that into my profession. It's the same vague horse shit that Greg was just talking about, where it's like, hey, you know how I got successful? You just need to change your thinking. And then that's all they leave it to. And like, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Change my thinking from what? That I'm a slave to my pleasures?
I've got another one here. This one is from Word's Diary. Change is never easy, but always possible.
Greg, I didn't know that you wrote for.
That's me. That's my quote. Change is always possible.
If it wasn't for change being possible, there would be no Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers.
It's so true.
If there wasn't shame wrapped around that quote, we would not have this podcast. That's so funny.
And then I think we can close it out with this one. I've got, never give up on something you really want. It's difficult to wait, but it's more difficult to regret.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you stayed awake during it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to live with regret.
But you're going to. You're
Yeah.
going to live with some regret. I have regret.
I don't have regret. I
I
have.
have to live with it. There's nothing I can do. But people are like, no regrets. Yeah, there's regrets. How
Lots
do
of
you not have regrets?
Yeah, lots of
How
regrets.
do you not fuck up? God, I got a bunch of regrets.
Yeah, if you went through your whole 20s and you have no regrets, then you didn't do it right.
Dude, wait till you get to your 40s. You're going to have plenty of regrets.
I have a ton of regrets now. I'm in the middle of my 30s. Oh God, you know? Segment 3, brand new energy, brand new way that we're doing the show. It's not like the last 2 segments.
No, it's just going to be tight. It's going to be neat. Hospital corners, like bounce quarter on it. It's tight.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Why don't we just get to it? Samantha Galloway sent us a message at DTBFF podcast on Instagram. And she said, "Hey, I recently had someone unmatch with me on Hinge because I said for a first date I wanted to arm wrestle." For context, this guy was apparently 6'2" and had going to the gym as his main personality trait. I'm 5'2" and garden for a living. This made me make the decision to lead with my off-putting sense of humor in the world of dating to see who's strong enough to last.
Smart.
Yeah. I wanted to share the 3 most recent messages that have caused men to unmatch with me. First one, I'm also into sports. Do you prefer hockey, football, or arson?
Oh my
God. Number 2, in response to a message about my great ass, she said, "Thank you. I have wicked IBS and I'm very self-conscious, so that really means a lot. Birthday cake emoji."
That's fucking amazing.
And 3, be honest. In your adult life, how many times have you tried to fit your whole fist into your mouth? I'd match with her.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
Yeah, she'd be my favorite person.
Of course, I want to talk to her all the time.
Yeah, I love all this.
It's bleak, but eventually someone will be weird enough to stick around. Plus, I'm enjoying the process much more now. Sam, see, there you go. She found her own little way to have fun.
Yeah, and weed out the weak. I mean, if you're turned off by this, you're an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. The IBS is a bummer.
Oh, she poops. Girls poop. Girls don't poop. Remember when that was a thing? Let me tell you something. Girls poop, and they're just disgusting. And I love them. She also says, and as a follow-up to my last message, the Princess Auto gift card. She messaged a while ago about a guy that she was with that she found out was cheating on her, but more so than that, for a gift, he gave her a Princess Auto gift card with $18 on it. And then we looked up what you could get on Princess Auto for $18. Let me tell you something. It ain't much.
No.
You can essentially just buy another gift card.
Yeah.
But she says the Princess Auto gift card was used to buy pine scent fresheners that I put into a sorry for your loss card and give it to the ex in question for his birthday.
I wish this girl had her own podcast.
Dude, Samantha is a genius.
Yeah, she's really funny. She's really funny.
That's just so good. Samantha, that's hilarious. And you'll eventually find somebody that really likes the weird shit. We like the weird shit. So if we like the weird shit, you're going to find somebody out there who likes the weird shit.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. This Reddit remix is a short one. Was I wrong for telling my girlfriend I masturbate to girls we know?
No.
Nah, you're
good, dude.
It's all good, brother.
Why don't you actually actually masturbate to girls that you know.
Yeah.
Like, invite them over.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And just, right in front of them, see how they feel about it. Just as the title says, we started dating in high school and weren't very sexually active until late high school. We are now both at an age where we're graduating college, so it's been a very long-term relationship. She's my other half. Aww. I formed bad habits just before we started dating when I was 13 and 14. That's when you form habits, bad or good. Those are the times that you form habits. And then they followed me into adulthood. You know what I like about that sentence is that he gives no responsibility to himself. The responsibility is on the habits. Hey, they followed me. What am I supposed to do? Not do my habits? They followed me to college. I felt guilty and confessed and I felt guilty and confessed and deleted and unfollowed every girl besides family. Was I wrong to say something? She says she's glad that I told her, but I can't tell. She says she's glad that I told her, but I can tell she's hurt and I feel awful. Yeah, why'd you say that's for you? Masturbating to who you want to masturbate to is for you. It's not for her.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what there's something about this generation where transparency has become like the law of the land.
Yeah.
And everybody's telling everybody everything.
Yeah.
And upsetting them. Go back to shame.
Yeah.
Hiding things.
Yeah.
Go back to when we had shame, but we also hid things from people.
Yeah.
So they didn't know because they don't want to know. There's plenty of things I don't tell Amira about me that would just not only disinterest her, but probably gross her out.
Of course. Yeah.
Some of it's just music I listen to. But yeah, we got to stop with the guy on The Bachelor, man. He said, I'm not going to have sex with any of the girls during fantasy suites. And so he told the first girl, we're not having sex. I don't want to have sex. It screws everything up. And she's like, all right, bummer, but okay. And then the second girl, he fucked. And then he told the third girl. And the third girl's like, I didn't need to know. Why are you telling me? I just assumed something happened, but it's not my business. This is what we're doing. He's an idiot. Just an idiot. Just a fucking idiot.
It's this trying to get ahead of things before it bites you in the ass, like you're some politician. Like, oh, we got to get the story out so we can control the story. And it's like, you're never going to control this. You're never going to control the story. Also, none of that is pertinent information to the person. It really, truly does not matter. What do you feel about this person when you're around each other? Do they turn you on or make you want to be sexual with them? Or did this conversation happen out of your constant need to masturbate to other women, and she was wondering why your sex life has declined? I mean, then that's I guess a reason to have this conversation, but not that conversation, not who you masturbate to, just you want to talk about what it is that you could do to help each other get back to a flourishing sexual chemistry. Not
when somebody says what turns you on, don't say your friends.
Yeah. Where? Don't point at the lunchroom. Keep some of there's stuff that you can keep to yourself, and that's one of the things. So that was silly. That was just a silly thing to do to your girlfriend that could be avoided. That could have so many things could have been avoided.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't want to hear that. Like, imagine she told you all the guy friends and professors that she masturbates to. You're gonna be able to look at those guys in the hallway and the fucking, at like parties and shit. You're just gonna be thinking about the fact that your girl is turned on by them.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Dumb.
He's dumb. A lot of people are dumb, and he's led by and a slave to his desires. That's all it is. He's weak. He's weak.
We hate weakness on this show.
We hate it.
We always have.
And if you're like Samantha Galloway, we want you to listen. And if you're not like Samantha, then just unsubscribe right now. We don't need you. You're weak. Do you have questions or advice, dating advice? Are you taking bullshit from fuckers? You can send that to dtbffpodcast@gmail.com. Write down all your questions and tell us what's going on with you. And you can send it to DTBFF Podcast on Instagram. Support the show by going to Patreon, patreon.com/DTBFF Podcast. Get some bonus episodes and video versions of the show. You can follow me at Kane Holloway.
You can follow me at ckers.
I'm at DTBFF Producer Pat.
You can call in the show. What's that number, Pat?
That number's 323-379-5544.
Don't take bullshit from fuckers.
Welcome.
Hey there, if you like the show, you can find bonus episodes and more at our Patreon at patreon.com/DTBFF podcast. And then rate the show 5 stars on iTunes because it's the right thing to do. All music by the Rating Monarchs, produced by Patrick Kelly.
All right, let's do titles real quick. I wouldn't even be friends with them. Kane, that's so cruel. We're not together. Get involved. We've never done it before, and we have nothing to say. I hate pleasure. Everybody has weaknesses. How the fuck do you feed yourself love? Vague horseshit. Weed out the weak. Go back to shame, or you're never going to control the story.